What really makes men hot? Some of you are doing everything right. Groomed, successful, smooth, and still, women feel nothing. You know why? Because what makes a man attractive isn't loud, it's invisible. It's coded into the tiniest things you do without thinking. And when a guy hits number 4 on this list, that's when we start watching him without blinking. Let me show you the real traits women feel, but rarely talk about. It's frustrating, isn't it? You've got the cologne, the clean fades. Maybe you even read a book or two on how to level up. And yet the results don't match the effort. Meanwhile, some random guy who doesn't even own a mirror is out there somehow getting attention without saying a word. There's a reason for that, because the things that actually make you attractive aren't taught. They're felt quietly, instantly, and when they're missing, we feel that too. So let's start with what you think is just a soft skill, but might be the sharpest edge you've got. Welcome to Wisdom, Muse, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. Number 1, the subtle power of emotional intelligence. You guys think women want you to solve everything, but sometimes what makes you irresistible is when you don't, when you just get it without her needing to explain it. Like a customer support ticket, emotional intelligence isn't just being nice, it's how you read a room, how you notice when someone's off and don't bulldoze over it with fake hype or forced jokes. It's knowing when to lean in and when to back off. There's something about a man who can sense tension and lower it without needing to dominate the room to do it like that. One guy at a party who saw the mood drop and casually shifted the energy without needing credit. That's emotional intelligence. We watch men like that differently. And the wild part, most guys overlook this. They think being smart means being logical, but emotional intelligence. That's what makes you unforgettable, and paired with what's coming next, it becomes lethal. Number 2, when men listen more than they talk. You men don't realize how loud silence can be when it's coming from the right kind of guy. There's something quietly magnetic about a man who doesn't interrupt, doesn't jump in to one-up the story, and doesn't pretend to have the perfect advice queued up like a TED Talk. He just listens fully. Like what she's saying actually matters. You don't have to agree with everything she says. You just have to show that you heard it, and not in a robotic, I acknowledge your statement kind of way. Real listening means you're present, not waiting to speak, not calculating your next line. It's rare, and rare gets remembered, because the guy who listens more than he talks, he makes us feel safe, curious, seen. And the minute a woman feels safe around you, she starts imagining what else you'd be good at. And just wait until you hear how vulnerability done. The right way turns that quiet attention into undeniable attraction. Number 3, confidence in vulnerability, the balance of strength and openness. You guys think showing emotion makes you look weak. But let me tell you something. Real strength is when a man lets you see just enough to feel his depth without losing control of the wheel. It's not about oversharing. It's not about trauma dumping on the first date. It's about honesty with restraint. Like when a man says, yeah, I'm nervous about this pitch tomorrow, but I'm going to crush it anyway. That blend, vulnerability plus confidence, that's what we crave. It's magnetic because it tells us you felt things. And if you felt things you're not afraid of, feeling us too. See, most guys hide behind the performance, the ego. But the moment you drop the armor just a little, we lean in. Not because we're here to fix you, but because we trust you more. And that trust, it builds a tension that only gets stronger when a man knows how to keep part of himself just out of reach. Number 4, the unexpected appeal of mystery and unpredictability. Now this is the one that flips everything, because the moment a man becomes fully predictable, he becomes invisible. You guys don't realize how fast women clock routine. Same compliments, same rhythm, same good morning, text with a coffee emoji. It's sweet for a while, but then it becomes noise. The men we think about replay in our heads. They're the ones who don't give us everything all at once. They leave space gaps, little questions. We want answered, a comment that lingers, a glance that felt like a dare mystery. Isn't about playing games. It's about not revealing every chapter before the story even gets good, and unpredictability. It's intoxicating when it feels intentional. Like a guy who's spontaneous with his choices, but never careless. He makes us wonder what he'll do next. Not worry, and when you master that balance, you don't chase attention. It chases you. But here's the twist, all that mystery collapses if you can't own a decision when it's time to move. Number 5, how men who make decisions quickly attract more attention. There's something undeniably attractive about a man who doesn't flinch when it's time to choose. You guys think being agreeable makes you easy to like. It doesn't, it makes you easy to ignore. Women pay attention when you move with certainty, not because you're right all the time, but because you're not afraid to be wrong. You pick the restaurant, you call the Uber, you say, "We're going here, trust me." And that trust, it's contagious. We don't need you to dominate every moment. We just want to know you're not scared of leading one. That when it comes down to it, you won't hesitate and you won't look at us to make the final call just because it's safer. The truth is, indecision feels like insecurity and confidence. Without direction feels like a bluff. But when you own your choices, even small ones, we start watching your moves differently. And if you really want to double the effect, wait till you see what happens when you lead by saying absolutely nothing. Number 6, mastering silence. Why quiet confidence is sexier than you think. Silence makes some of you guys nervous, like if you're not talking, she'll lose interest. But what you don't realize is the right kind of silence pulls her in even closer. You don't need to fill every gap. You don't need to explain yourself to death when you're truly confident. Your presence does the talking, even when your mouth doesn't. That moment when you lock eyes and just hold it without cracking a joke to diffuse the tension. That's when she starts wondering what's behind the stillness. And trust me, we love to wonder. Quiet confidence is power without pressure. It's the guy at the table who doesn't interrupt, doesn't compete, doesn't oversell, and still everyone notices when he's gone, because silence, when paired with strength, doesn't feel empty. It feels full of something unspoken, something we want to figure out. And when you master that, leading becomes effortless. No shouting, no begging for attention, just presence. And speaking of leadership, there's one kind women can't resist, and it has nothing to do with being in control. Number 7. The impact of a man who leads without being controlling. You guys ever notice how the most attractive men don't need to say, "I'm in charge"? They just are, without force, without ego. There's a fine line between leading and controlling, and women can feel it instantly. The man who leads well, he doesn't demand the spotlight. He creates a direction without tension, like he plans the night out but asks what she's in the mood for. He opens the door but doesn't expect applause. He makes choices but still makes space. We notice that we feel that because when you lead with calm, quiet confidence without needing to dominate it, builds trust, and trust makes us lean in lower. Our guard, and yes, become more attracted. It's not about barking orders or micromanaging every moment. It's about being steady grounded, the kind of guy who doesn't panic when plans change but adapts without losing his cool. That kind of leadership, it's rare, and it becomes even more attractive when it's wrapped in kindness and ambition. Number 8, the allure of kindness mixed with ambition. You men have been told it's one or the other. Either you're the nice guy or the ambitious one who gets things done. But the truth, the men we remember, the ones we respect and desire, they're both. Kindness without drive feels soft. Ambition without kindness feels cold. But when a man blends the two, it's electric picture. A guy who helps someone carry a box up the stairs, then hops back on a call to close a deal, or the one who tips generously and shows up early to his next meeting, it tells us you're not trying to impress us, you're just built like that. Because here's the secret, ambition shows us where you're going. Kindness shows us who you are. And when a woman sees both, that's when she stops looking around. But even the most impressive man can lose his spark if he fails to show respect in the smallest moments. Number 9, how showing respect in small moments boosts your attractiveness. You guys think respect is about the big gestures, opening doors, paying for dinner, saying all the right things, but honestly, that's not what makes us stare when you walk away. It's the small moments, the ones you don't think we're watching, like how you speak to the barista when your order is wrong, how you handle a rude stranger, how you react when someone talks over us, and whether you step in without making it a scene. Those split-second moments expose your character, and your character, that's the part of you we find really hot. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing integrity when there's no reward for it. And when we see that quiet, consistent respect, it sticks. Because if you can handle the little things with class, we start trusting you with bigger things, our time, our energy, our heart. And trust me, once that door opens, a little humor can take everything to the next level. Number 10, the power of humor and not taking yourself too seriously. There's confident, and then there's the man who can laugh at himself when the moment begs for it. That's the guy we remember. You men don't need to be stand-up comedians. But if you trip on a step and instantly turn it into a full-on runway moment, you win instantly. Why? Because humor disarms us. It softens tension. It shows you're comfortable in your own skin. And nothing is more attractive than that. Taking yourself too seriously. That's pressure, and pressure kills chemistry. But when you can laugh, even just a little, especially when things don't go as planned, we feel safe around you, we relax, we open up, because the man who doesn't flinch at a little embarrassment, that's the man who can handle anything. And if you've made it this far into the video, I've got something just for you. You're clearly not like most men. So here's a little extra just for our real ones. Bonus point: when a man inspires other men, this one's just for you. The guys who watched all the way through, you're not here for tricks, you're here to understand, and that already sets you apart. So here's your reward. The most attractive men aren't just desired by women, they're respected by other men. They walk into a room and something shifts, not because they're the loudest, not because they demand attention, but because other men notice how they carry themselves and adjust accordingly. It's subtle, a quiet leadership that makes other guys straighten up, a presence that doesn't compete, it uplifts. These are the men who encourage, who mentor, who protect, not to prove anything, but because that's who they are. And when a man inspires other men, it tells us something deep. He's solid, trusted, built for more than just surface-level attraction. So if that's you or who you're becoming, know this: we see it, we feel it, and we don't forget it. Now before you go, drop. Now I know what really makes men hot in the comments to let us know you stayed till the end. That's how we spot the real ones. If this video opened your eyes even just a little, then do something small that makes a big difference, like this video, to support our growth and help more men like you get the clarity they've been needing. Subscribe for daily videos that keep it real smart and honestly way more useful than scrolling through the same recycled advice. Share this with one guy. You know, maybe he's doing everything right, but still can't figure out why it's not working. He deserves to hear this. And hey, thank you for watching, for sticking with us, for being part of this community that actually cares about doing better, not just looking better. We've handpicked the next video you need to watch. It's already on your screen. Click it, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.